going to try and keep this as short as possible. Bear with me. I know that many of you are going to want to skip this in 2 minutes. It would honestly mean the world if you even got to 2 minutes, but please try and watch the whole thing. I speak on behalf of myself and an entire community when I say that it would mean a lot, and I feel like I'm not doing my part as an Armenian, as one of the very few Armenian members of the Hermosa and Manhattan Beach community, if I don't educate and inform as many people as I can on what's going on. So if you're seeing this already, please keep watching. I know it's really easy to brush things off your shoulders when they have nothing to do with you or people you know, or if it's not directly happening to you, but it would mean the world if you could watch this whole thing. I'm gonna talk about what's happening between those countries, why it matters, and how you can help. A whole community is asking for as much help as they can get. So on September 27th of 2020, Azerbaijan instigated full-scale military aggression onto a little region between Armenia and Azerbaijan called Artsakh, also known as Nagorno-Karabakh. And this is a mountainous little area that has had a population of ethnic Armenians. Of over 95% of the population has been ethnically Armenian for millennia, and it is indigenous Armenian land. So they attacked civilian populations there, where the civilians were then advised to shelter, and over 200 Armenian soldiers and civilians have been killed as of today. Azerbaijan was able to attack with the help of Turkey, supplying them military equipment. Are we surprised? No. They used a global pandemic to their advantage to attack the Armenian people of Artsakh, and they are consistently in violation of the 1994 ceasefire that they have. And Azerbaijan has now additionally denied access to social media in their country, as well as the ability for global journalists to report on what is going on in their country, because they know what they're doing, and they know that what they're doing is wrong. They are restricting information from their own people because they don't want anyone to think otherwise, and they don't want anyone to get involved. On the other hand, Armenia has been very open about allowing journalists to observe the conflict and have access to information. Now, what I'm about to say is, I don't even have words. It's just disgusting on their part. President Erdogan of Turkey, which is Azerbaijan's greatest genocidal ally, stood in front of a council, and he said that Turkey would finish the mission in which their grandfathers have carried out for centuries in the Caucasus region. He is referring to the Turks who killed 1.5 million Armenians in an attempt to wipe the entire race off of the planet, off of the face of the planet. And the mission he is referring to is the attempt to kill every last standing Armenian, to rid them of their existence. Now, why would someone want to do that? Because it is so horrible. Why would somebody want to do that? Well, I did some research, and according to someguy.info, Pan-Turkism is an ideology that is completely rooted in the goal of eliminating non-Turkic nationalities of Turkey. It's the idea that of wanting their state to be purely Turkish, because the existence of other nationalities inside their borders would give foreign powers a reason to get involved in their business, and they don't want that. They don't want anyone involved in their business because they just want to finish what their grandfathers have tried to carry out for centuries, and they can't do that if foreign powers get involved. So they don't want that. Now, the Young Turks who came into power in 1908 first believed that Pan-Turkism could be achieved non-violently within the framework of constitutional government, but it became very clear soon when the non-Turkic peoples would not willingly submit to non-violent assimilation, that massacre and forced deportation were justifiable to the Young Turks. They saw massacre and forced deportation as a necessity to accomplish what they wanted. Now, the second aim of Pan-Turkism was the political union of all Turkic peoples. They want an uninterrupted stretch of land right now, which is completely unattainable because Armenia and Artsakh are smack in the middle of what could be this uninterrupted stretch of land. So how would they acquire this land? They would get rid of what's standing in their way. And what's standing in their way? Armenians. Now, the Armenian genocide that happened in 1915 when Turkey slaughtered 1.5 million Armenians was rooted in the ideology of Pan-Turkism, the idea that they wanted their empire, and the only way of doing that was to rid the area of any ethnicities that weren't Turkish. What's happening right now is rooted in that very same ideology of Pan-Turkism. And to this day, 105 years later, Turkey still says that they never carried out the Armenian genocide. They deny it. They say, we never did it. So what's happening now is a continuation of that ideology and a continuation of the genocide. Azerbaijan wants Artsakh because during the time of the Soviet Union, Stalin wrongfully gave Azerbaijan the region of Artsakh. So now Azerbaijan claims that it is legally theirs. However, Artsakh is indigenous Armenian land. Azerbaijan claims that Armenians are the occupiers, when over 95% of the population has been ethnically Armenian for millennia. Later, the people of Artsakh voted to leave Azerbaijan, but Azerbaijan refused to listen to them. They did not want to listen to people. They said absolutely not, and a war happened. It resulted in the 1994 ceasefire. Armenia liberated the land. It is now known as the Republic of Artsakh, but Azerbaijan has shown time and time again that they are consistently in violation of this ceasefire and they just don't want to follow it. Western reporting continues to center the end goal of this as peace and that the violence must stop on both sides. Now, this reporting is problematic, but not because they are declaring the need for peace, because Armenia wants peace. Armenia has always wanted peace. But it's problematic in the sense that it makes this conflict seem like one where both sides are equally responsible, which is entirely untrue. Armenia has a population of about 3 million people. Together, Turkey and Azerbaijan have a population of about 90 million people, and Artsakh, small little Artsakh, has a population of 150,000 people. Us, Armenians, we don't have the manpower, the military strength, to be any sort of threat to them. We did not attack Azerbaijan. We would have absolutely nothing to gain by attacking them. That's a lot of people. What would our small population gain from attacking them? We don't even have any resources. What do they want? They want to finish the mission in which their grandfathers have carried out for centuries. Now, put all of this information together and it becomes very clear that this attack is not isolated and cannot be brushed off. It is the latest chapter in a very long history of Turkey and its allies wanting to wipe Armenians off of the map. If Armenia stopped defending itself, they would kill us all. This isn't a two-sided conflict. We want peace. We've always wanted peace for Armenia and for Artsakh. But for peace to occur, we need Azerbaijan and Turkey to be condemned, to put down their arms and to stop receiving military aid. Now, how can you help? You have a voice. We all have a voice. You can use that voice. Call your reps, alert Congress, donate if you can, sign petitions, raise awareness, educate people, educate yourself, and stay educated. You've already done your part. You've already helped so much by just listening to this video, which I hope you listen to all of it. But I'm speaking on behalf of the entire Armenian community when I say that watching something as simple as this video means the entire world to all of us, because we have young soldiers on the front line out there fighting, risking their lives because their entire existence depends on winning this fight. The most that we can do is use the privilege that we have. We have the privilege of having access to these social media networks and platforms. The most we can do is use them. Put our privilege to good use. So I read something the other day that said when this ends, if Azerbaijan loses, it's going to end in a peace treaty. And if Armenia loses, it's going to end in a genocide. Why? Because genocide excused is genocide continued. And what has been excused for the past century? The Armenian genocide. Countries won't recognize it. Turkey denies that they ever did it. And by them excusing that, genocide was continued not only for the Armenian people, but for other peoples too. The Holocaust? Hitler himself said, "Who after all today remembers the annihilation of the Armenians?" Thinking that his plan would go about unnoticed. It's a pattern. History repeats itself. It always does. My heart is so heavy with the Armenian community. To know that there is a threat, there's a possibility that your ancestral homeland and your entire culture where rests could just be taken out. I mean, that's heartbreaking and it's so scary. So I urge as many people as possible to use their voices to speak up about this. You'd be surprised at what alerting Congress or what signing a petition or what a simple infographic on Instagram can do. The more people that know, the better. And to everyone that has supported me and my family and my community and the entire Armenian community, thank you so much. We all appreciate it. The whole Armenian community shares the same pain, the same wound that we've shared for so long, and it's very difficult. So thank you for supporting us. Thank you for listening. I can't even express how much it means if you've listened to all of this, but to my Armenian community, Baykar Minshev Verch, Hachdeluyeng.